Hopefully, it's going to save because I don't really want to do this again. Um, I don't really have time to actually do this again. Okay, so I don't really have time to do this over again. But I'm doing this way because I honestly don't feel good. So many different things. So I'm bouncing in between two different screens right now. I saw on the news last night, which was brought to my attention by my brother, which at some point everyone will actually meet him, Crawford. That's not his actual name, that is his pseudonym. It was brought to my attention last night by my brother Crawford, and he brought it to my attention. I was busy doing something else, but after I got doing what I was doing, I stations. I looked in between Twitter, Facebook, and all the other sites, all that, and I was just absolutely appalled at what I was seeing. And what I was seeing was the fact that Donald, 45, had decided to come out the woodwork and just shoot his shot at destroying the bullshit $600 that we had, the government had okay for the American people to get for the 9 months of hell that we had gone through and that we are continuously going through at this point in time. I was, for the first time in 3 to 4 months, which amazed me because I am an insomniac and I have been on a 4 months mad high. So I just let myself fall asleep. And I fell asleep and I went to bed. But I woke up and I was bombarded with the same information. And I sat and excused my family because I live in a house with people because of what I'm going to talk about. I have no choice but to live in a house with people because of what I'm about to talk about. I woke up and I read, and I was just, again, flabbergasted. I just did not understand, could not grasp so-called cared about and wants to protect. And he doesn't want to protect this country. He doesn't want to protect these people. And so I decided I want to sit down and talk about something that I don't really see anybody on Twitter or on Facebook or on any social media outlet talking about. And if I do, it's always covered up by other stuff. So I guess I'm gonna take one for the team, and I'm gonna talk about. Excuse my stuttering. This is my first time doing this, but I'm gonna talk about the point of view from someone who is on disability, who relies on the government for financial stability. And trust me when I say Donald Trump, since he's been in office, has been screwing my ass since 2017. When people hear about someone, what do you do for a living? And they find out that I'm on disability, they automatically get that look on their face like, oh, you're lazy, you're so young, and you're on disability, or you don't want to work, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to. And that's the furthest thing from the case. If I had it my way, I would still be in the military because that's what I wanted to do when I was in high school. I have a long family history of the military. So long that I actually traced it back to my ancestors being forced to fight in the Southern Confederacy military. So off that, we're not going to go on that. But I wanted to be in the military. I wanted to. Oh Lord, what's going on? Uh oh. Okay, that's bad. Hope they find him. But I wanted to be a Marine. I wanted to do my years in the military. I think it was a 4 to 6 year stint. I can't remember now. But after doing my contract, I was going to come out. I was going to either become a cop or I was going to be an FBI agent. That was my plan. I had plans, and that's what I wanted to do. Things didn't go the way I wanted them to go. I became ill, and have I tried to work before? Yes. Did it work out? No, because I'm still on disability. It's not something I want to do. And so here's that Trump has wanted to do with it. It has just really made things worse for me. And if it has made things worse, or on SSI, and SSI is just another government program for those who have not been able to work. So you can't get disability, so you get SSI. And it's just like it's it's one and the same. You haven't really worked to put money into the system, but you have a disability, so you get SSI to cover that. And then you draw disability off of your mother or your father or both parents. Uh, but that's another whole thing, different thing. And so, oh, Jesus. Okay. No, we're not doing this right now. Seeing that, it was just like, okay, one, when I heard about the stimulus, I was just like, okay, I'm not going to put too much stock into it because one, when they said, oh, that's great, that's good, we could use that. That is very much needed. I didn't get that. Not receive theirs. I haven't heard of anyone that didn't receive theirs, but I know I didn't receive theirs. I don't know if that's a flubub. I don't know if that's purposely done, but if it's purposely done, you can't say that, oh, well, we didn't know if you were alive. You can active number is being used because I go to doctors, I do things monthly. It's being used. I have a bank account. It's being used. I mean, you come on. So I, after talking to them, I was told, well, you could just apply for taxes next year, your income tax next year, and when everybody else got it. Okay, well, fine. So when this came through, it was, I'm not putting too much stock into it. I'm not worrying about it. I'm not even going to put too much faith in it. And coming along through this year, 2020, and that's all I can say. And at this point in time, I'm really thinking about getting a tattoo that says 2020, hell, especially here in America. And then, so when they said, oh, we're going to get another stimulus, and I was just like, it's not going to be worth anything. It's especially for me. I'm not going to put stock into it. I'm not going to worry about it. And then when they said, oh, it's only going to be $600, I pretty much laughed at it. I laughed at it because what the fuck do you think you can do with $600? I mean, $600 is not even enough to cover half a month's rent. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months behind on rent because they're not making enough hours at work to survive. So I'm just like, okay, but every bit counts. You have landlords that are like, okay, yeah, 2020 sucks, so we're just gonna forgive this. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do. So you have good landlords that are actually forgiving a lot of stuff, and they're just not they're not worrying too much about it. So they're just like, take your $600 and um, feed your family. That's great. But then here we go, Captain Orange Pants, fucking everything up for everybody and screwing everything up at the 11th hour. I'm not gonna lie, $2,000 would be great. $2,000 would be beyond great for everyone. But why all of a sudden do you really even care? All this year, you haven't really gave two shits. If anything, you had anything to say about COVID, it has been a hoax. It has been a joke. It's going to clear up by summer. It's going to clear. COVID has been a joke to you. And then all of a sudden, when they come up with a piddly-wink bullshit, compromise, you want to throw your hand in the pot and just fuck everything up. It's not what we should get. And it's bullshit. I can't help but feel like that you're just using this $2,000 as a means to try and get yourself another 4 years. And no one will say it. Everyone's complaining. Oh, pat him on the back. Good Trump. Of the American people. This is something that he is doing to make himself look good, to try and get into a situation that he doesn't care to have. He just wants it as a status title. Because how many people can say, I was the president of the United States? It's just like, how many people can say I was the king or queen of the England? Not of the England, but of England. You can't. You have other countries around the world who, for some odd reason, I have no earthly idea, but they seem to be on a lower standing financially than America, but they've been paying the gun and they're doing just fine. But we only just managed to give our people one check, and we can't figure out how to give our people another check, but we can just continuously give money to countries and build up a military that is just a military that's going to protect the people. Everybody needs that. But if our people are dead, and I, am to the point that if I don't have, probably be in one of those mass graves by now. And a lot of people have made family off these social media sites like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, because they have relatives that have chosen to support someone who is a complete monster, and his administration is a complete monster. I grew up with him. I will not go how things. He knows exactly which way I lean, and he'd rather pick a fight with me instead of see me have a good time and relax and just vibe well with my grandmother. I don't want to have anything to do with that man. Yes, I should. Why should I be around someone who, no, he has never physically hit me. He has never done anything of the sort. But why should I be around someone that I know exactly how they want to look at it that way, look at it this way? Let's say you get into a relationship with somebody who you're bisexual, you're getting a relationship with a person, man, woman, whatever, and they know this about you. And everything's great, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden, 2015 comes around. Yeah, things get a little uncomfortable. They're not too much uncomfortable, but they're uncomfortable. Words get said, but it's just like in passing. It's not too grand, but not too much. 2017, 2018, 2019, it progressively gets worse. You start to realize that this person, no, they never physically hit you. Okay, doggies. They never physically hit you. They never physically hit you. But verbal and mental is just as bad as physically. Gaslighting a person is gaslighting, plain and simple. You don't have to. I love the people that I love. You don't have to be gay for someone to hate you because you choose to love and care for the gay community. Has my uncle said he hates gay people? I don't think so. But because you choose to support the person that you choose to support, you pretty much tell. When someone refuses to say, I don't support that, and I do this and I don't do that, but they only pull out a certain thing when they want something from a certain group of people, that tells you exactly how they are. When someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. And I don't need him in my life, and I don't need to be around him. And I'm not going to. So I'm pretty much sure how he feels about what he said and how he feels about what Trump is uh, propositioning about $2,000. That's not going to help me, damn it. Because I know exactly how you feel about me. You think my disability isn't real. You think I'm bullshit. Just because you can't see my disability physically, you think it's not real. And you don't have to say it because I can see it on your face. Too many people applaud this man for everything he's doing, but they're not truly paying attention to the fact that he's doing this shit just to get something that he wants. You're applauding him for this, but you're not applauding him for doing shit that he should have done. Why didn't you uh, applaud him? Let's pass that CARES Act. Why didn't you applaud him for the fact that he didn't say, or what he should have said, hey, to survive monthly, let's give them more money. If we can give money to those bankers, people in Congress, why can't we give more money to those on Social Security? If you can applaud him for a stalemate to try and get 4 more years at the 11th hour, why can't you applaud him for not saying shit that should have been said at the beginning of the year before the 300 and some odd thousand people died? Be celebrating another year of life. I'm not going to say what everybody wants me to say because I know stuff and I'm not going to do that. But Why? Oh, I know, because people are sheep and they like to call Democrats snowflakes and sheeps and libtards when they're the actual ones that are sheeps. Y'all don't want to pick up books and y'all don't want to read. Y'all just want to listen to what these crazy ass fucking news stations tell you instead of fucking picking up books and doing research all on your own. I am 5 years away from being 40. I did not accomplish anything that I wanted to accomplish. I accomplished like maybe 1/5 of what I wanted to accomplish in my life, but I didn't accomplish anywhere near what I wanted to. Not when it came to my job and what I wanted to do with my life physically. And instead, I have the color of my skin, the race of my family. You can't see. So this stimulus package, while it's needed, the $600 is needed. The $2,000 is very much needed. I doubt that we will get. Is a bunch of bullshit, and it means very little to me right now because I'm tired of being used as a pawn in Donald Trump's fucking game. I'm tired of seeing people pat him on the back and do something that he's not doing. And the government, the Republican Party, everyone should be a fucking shame of themselves. I'm Zen.